Hi guys, I'm going to go over a tutorial to do a little bit of haze. I know that somebody wanted to see haze, and I also will go over some blurring the background, ways of blurring the background. Sometimes this I feel like doesn't do much and it takes forever. Watch. Always make another layer when you're going to be doing something, but I'm using the tool at 100%, and now it's going to process what I did. See, this is one of the reasons why I don't like it. It works so hard for just a little bit of a blur. So like honestly, I don't even really see much of a difference. But I know it is working, but sometimes it's just not enough. So I'm going to show you another way to do it. Go up to Filter, Blur Gallery, Tilt Shift. It's going to bring up this diagram. If you notice right here in these two squares is where it's mostly blurred. Here, I'll show you a little bit more dramatic. Okay, so see it's mostly blurred here, and then right about here starts fading, and then it comes back at the bottom. So I always move this, depending on the picture, so I'm going to move this up a little bit due to this picture's needs, because I'm going to bring this down. I want it faded around the back area, and then this is probably the best spot to have it in focus, or where it starts to go away. If you think about it, as a camera, this would be blurred. We could try maybe 35. Let's see what 35 looks like. I would say 35. And then it blurs a little bit here. You can erase it off her shoes. I think 35 is good. Even bring this down a little bit more. Okay. So, and then you push OK. It does its thinking process, but after this, it's pretty simple. It's up to you if you want to erase it off the subject or if you want to paint the blur on. I like to paint it where I want it. That's just my preference. So if you want to paint it on, you need to add a black mask here. So hold down your Alt or hold down your Option and click this. It brings up the black. You want a white brush. And then I'm going to make it a little bigger. Oh. And then you're going to paint it where you want it. Obviously, I'm just going to do this quickly. I would say you can make a brush to do this or an action to do this, but it's going to be different for every picture. So I wouldn't really suggest making an action for it. It's pretty simple just to go in there and let's say you accidentally go over her, don't worry, just erase it off your subject. I wouldn't go too dramatic with your blur because let's say you missed a spot next to her head, and if there's a huge difference between the background, what you want it to look like and what it actually was, then it's going to be a little bit more noticeable. But that should be good. Just a quick, simple. And if you want it blurred out down here, that's where it was blurred as well. Kind of just do a little bit. But that should be good. Let's see. Before and after. I see that I did a little bit on her hair. I think I'm going to try to erase that. I did it a little too much right here. There you go. And if you find spots, if you like zoom in and you see that, you need a little bit more blurring, I would just make your brush smaller because the smaller that it is, it can get those smaller confined spots. If you get too close to your clothing, I'm going to show you what it does. Let me erase it. This is why another reason why I say don't do it too dramatically, because you'll see, I don't know if you see, a little bit of a fade, or I don't know what you want to call that. There's like a halo around. there's like an actual red halo around her shirt because your brush maybe was too big. But if you get real close to something like this, see the red halo right here? That kind of stuff bothers me. So that's why I don't really like to do too much of a blur difference. But anyways, that's a quick way of editing that. If you want to add haze, I go to curves. I bring this square up. And depending on the picture, you can go pretty dramatic. But if it's if it's too bright, you just bring down the middle a little bit. So then you can add your haze. Little things you can little things if you want to start erasing. This is what you do to get rid of stuff. This is what I do anyways. If it's not working that way, I do this. I know that somebody was asking about erasing objects. I'll do a separate video for that. But there you go, guys. Hopefully that was helpful for some of you. I know some of you wanted to see it. I'll try to make more videos more often, but it's just I'm kind of doing this during my downtime. But there is haze and some blurring. If you want to see the difference, you go to your history and take a picture, and then back up here you'll see the before and after. This is straight out of camera, and then this is adding haze and blurring the background.